Welcome back to the channel, guys. So this week we're kind of going to jump back in time and show you a few things that we didn't include in the last video, like the shore power plug and the fans, and then we'll jump into where the video left off.
We've got our shore power plug. As you can see, it's just going through the side of the van, and here it is here. So we actually opted for a 15 amp plug. We really aren't gonna have that much in this van. We're never gonna have an air conditioner. We're never going to have any really heavy duty electric appliances. So our thoughts are we should be more than adequate with just a 15 amp shore power plug. Really all that we'll ever do is hook to a battery charger to top up our 12 volt system if we ever have the ability to do so. So here we are, beautiful day. Got my race car goggles on. Too much. Got our vent fan installed, kind of. I mean, it's not tied down or anything like that, but the holes are cut. We've now just got to flatten out this rib a little bit on both the front and back. And then on the other fan, we're actually going to cut the plastic trim right here. You're there to mount a rain shield onto these if you ever wanted to. We're going to sacrifice the ability to be able to install a rain shield to be able to install the vent a better way. This hole is perfect, however, we've only got this much distance between. So in order to accommodate that, we're just going to cut the other fan a little bit so that it all works out. But So as you can see right there, we just got these two joints soldered together. So it might look like we did it backwards. However, red is positive and white usually means neutral or ground. So we've got our white connected to our black, which is our ground, and then we've got our red connected to our black wire, which is our positive in this case. So hooking this fan up reverse polarity would simply make the fan either suck air or blow air. It would either the motor would either work backwards or forwards, depending on the polarity you wire the fan. However, on our fans, I installed these little switches here. So this is it's a reverse polarity switch. So what this guy does is it has 6 connectors on it, and essentially if you have it in the neutral position, that's off. So in this position it's off, or if you click it that way, it's one version of polarity, and then if that's again off, and then this way is going to be the opposite polarity of that side. So the thought process behind these switches here, since this is a passenger van, none of these windows actually open. So yeah, basically none of our windows open, so we have very poor ventilation in this van for that reason. So basically, by having both the fans and doing the math to figure out how we could fit 2 on the roof, this one can pull air into the van, be an intake fan, and that one can blow air out of the van and be an exhaust fan. So we could have air come in this one and out that one, and or the opposite, we could have it come in that fan and out this one. So that's going to be our airflow to keep fresh air in the van without having to open any windows. So anyway, this one's done. Keep moving. And what we're going to do today is what we have here is we got 30 feet of both positive and negative lead solar wire. But what we're going to do is we're going to essentially run this in our roof grommet. We have it already in place, and then we're gonna run this in the walls, across the ceiling, and down to where our solar charge controller is going to be located. We wanna get this in there because then everything in our ceiling is done, aside from mounting our ski box. Let's go. We now have our solar wiring in. So you can see there's both ends of it there. They're in a bag. I don't want them to ever get, like, I don't know. I know it might be a little while before we get our solar panels up here. So they're well protected. They're going through the grommet into the roof. That is well sealed, Sikaflexed around, Sikaflexed on all the bolts. So here you can see our roof vents. We actually haven't put any butyl tape or liquid butyl or any seal around either one of them yet. So you can see the butyl tape oozing out around this one here. But basically we want to make sure that they're well sealed before we do that. Personally, I like to know that it's well sealed, and then I'm going to put another layer or something on top of it, so it's going to be double sealed. So here you can see our roof bars, our roof racks installed. So underneath each one of these pieces of tape is a screw that goes down into the roof. It's actually a stainless steel bolt that has a lock nut on the other end of it in the van. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to have solar panel 1 mounted here, solar panel 2 mounted here, solar panel 3 mounted right here, and then basically everywhere right here to this side of that roof vent is going to be a ski box. Anyway, we're gonna now jump back to the inside, route the rest of the solar wiring across the roof in the wall down to where the solar charge controller is going to be located. Let's keep going. So all of our wires are labeled. When we go to put our fuses in later on, we're gonna know exactly what amperage fuse we need given whatever it's hooked to. The other ends of our wiring will be down here for when we hook our fuse panels up. We're going to have our 2 12-volt fuse boxes. So we actually have 2 12-volt fuse boxes, and each one holds 12 spots. We've got our shore power plug that we actually wired the other day. We have our solar charge controller also on this side here. And then also we're gonna have, currently we have a single 100 amp hour lithium battery. We may get a second one to have 200 amp hours lithium. We're gonna try with the 100 amp hours first. So anyway, that's gonna be the garage layout back here, and then we're gonna start insulating. So we're good to go.
All right, awesome. So now we've covered our roof fan install as well as the shore power and a few other electrical things. So now we can skip ahead past the installation. That was in last week's video. And we'll jump into building our garage walls out of the 1/4-inch birch plywood.
What this is just 1/4-inch birch laminated plywood. So it's not solid birch plywood, but it is birch. So it's about 30 bucks for a 4x8 sheet of plywood. I think we're gonna need 5, maybe 6 sheets to do the entire thing. The reason we need so many sheets is because we really want as minimal seams as possible. So with this sheet being cut the way it is, we're gonna have a seam obviously right here. There's also going to be a bar that goes right there for the bed, so you'll never see that seam, which is great. So we're going to be able to do the whole rest of this with 1 more sheet, and then the same thing, the board for this side is the same size, so it's going to go around here. Again, bed rail's going to cover it. all installed. Looks perfect. We actually ended up changing our minds a little bit. So it's kind of poor lighting, I apologize. We'll show you more tomorrow. But basically, this wall is now here, and you'll notice that there's a cutout here about the same size as a window. There's no window. So what we did is we ended up getting rid of the window. The reason being, we need more storage. So there's this awesome build blog that we found. Perfect. Honestly, thank you very much. Far Out Ride. Shows a lot of stuff. So I really like the way that they had their back cubbies and everything above their bed. So we're gonna do the exact same thing. So anyway, we're gonna have lots of storage now. That's the whole idea about getting rid of the window. Now we have also a wall we can lean against if we ever want to sit in bed.
Alright, so that's a wrap for this week's episode. Make sure to like and subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you don't miss any updates. Next week, we work on wrapping the van with some fabric so the exposed parts kind of flow better with the design, and we also jump into painting our walls as well as more electrical stuff, which is always fun. So tune in then. Sorry, buddy.
Welcome back.
Go.
All right, so
We're gonna go downstairs now. Oh.
I'm sorry. We can include that. Let's go downstairs. All right, downstairs now.